Hello, my name is Meerah and I'm a Lorekeeper in one of Yogg-Sothoth's libraries, and today I wanted to talk about the kin and the failed Great Ones from Bloodborne. Great Ones are a small group of godlike entities with unique abilities that can simultaneously exist and interact with multiple dimensions of existence. In the world of Bloodborne, the Healing Church tried to control the power of the Great Ones and even attempted to create their own Great Ones. The Scholars of Byrgenwerth reveres and worships, directly or indirectly, the Great Ones. The Great Ones are also known for having caused the Scourge of the Beast, which is the Bloodborne affliction that is the game's namesake. I tell you all of that, tell you that there is a rank below Great One and above humans called the kin. Kin are often confused with Great Ones because kin have the potential to become old, powerful, and large enough to easily be mistaken as a god. Kin are made in one of two ways. One, by experimentation with the blood of a Great One. A human can become a kin this way. This method, however, is very prone to failure. The second method, a Great One blesses a human with insight or Eldritch truth. The two kin we know the most about are Rom, the vacuous spider, and the celestial emissary. Rom's ascension into a kin came at the behest of the Great One Kos, who granted her the eyes on the inside, or Eldritch truth. In her human life, she was one of the Scholars of Byrgenwerth. It is alternatively thought that Rom ascended due to Willem using Kos's umbilical cord on her. Either way, the result was the same, and Rom became a kin. One of the few kin that is so powerful and great that most just consider her a Great One, even within the game. Also known as the Byrgenwerth spider, she more closely resembles like a large pillbug with 16 legs and 10 silverfish tails. Cold blood flowers appear as though they are growing from her body, and her face is pumice-like and covered in eyes. Rom is not hostile unless provoked, and can summon the children of Rom, which are smaller, more spider-like versions of her, as well as powerful arcane magic to defend herself. The children of Rom are also considered kin. However, it is unclear if she spawned them herself or if they were originally human like her. Rom is relatively mysterious and is known as a keeper of secrets, being that she has knowledge of all secret rituals. She actively makes efforts to hinder the searches of those who would seek insight and is the guardian of the bulwark of the Eldritch truth. At Willem's behest, she erected the barrier to prevent mortal minds from seeing the horrors that perhaps they could not handle. This bulwark protects the sleeping and dreaming mortal minds from entering the higher planes, and upon Rom's death, the bulwark is shattered. As a result, the higher planes and its entities would become visible, as well as revealing all of the carefully guarded secrets and ritual methods that Rom was protecting. Now, the Celestial Emissary was a kin created through much trial and error. Indeed, so much error that in the Failed Great Ones section of this video, we will be covering all of the Emissary's prototypes. The Emissary appears as a large blue humanoid with a bulb-like head. Tentacles or feelers replace hair on this head, and the feelers are thought to channel the energy in the cosmos and help to better facilitate communications between humans and Abratus, the Great One alternatively known as the Daughter of the Cosmos. This would make its name, Celestial Emissary, very apt, if this is the case. The Emissary was created by the Healing Church through experiments on patients in the orphanage via the use of parasite-infested water to help patients gain eyes on the inside. The failed attempts were still allowed to live in the lumen flower gardens, among the flowers. The difference between those that failed and the one that would become a Celestial Emissary is that the one who became the Celestial Emissary managed to comprehend the cosmos without the loss of their sanity. The Emissary is attended to by the Celestial Minions, which it can disguise itself as to hide among them. The Minions are essentially smaller versions of the Emissary, but are also considered kin. Again, like with Rom, whether they were spawned from the Emissary or were fellow experiments from the orphanage, I'm not sure. The failed prototypes of the Celestial Emissary are called the Living Failures, or the kin of the cosmos. They were created by the Healing Church, originally by experimenting on patients in the research hall using the old blood, and then later on, those in the orphanage using the parasite water. They are slightly similar in appearance to the Emissary, resembling blue alien-like creatures with elongated limbs, humanoid bodies, and bulbous heads. All living failures look nearly identical, but there are technically two subgroups, simply known as the arcane living failures and the brute living failures, with their names being pretty self-explanatory. The arcane failures tend to use ranged magic attacks, while the brutes are very up-close and personal using melee. While the living failures are considered failed Great Ones, they're also still technically considered kin. The most spectacular failed Great One has got to be the One Reborn, which is thought to have been the final failed experiment to ascend humans into Great Ones. Ones. Its appearance is that of a jumbled amalgamation of human bodies and body parts, as the One Reborn was created via a Pthumerian ritual that used the bodies of Yharnam's populace, though it is also speculated the bodies could have come from Yahar'gul or the Mensis scholars. Wherever the corpses come from, the entity they now make up is thought to be the last line of defense for the School of Mensis to protect outsiders from trespassing into the nightmare. And that's it, pretty much. Those are the 4 most prominent kin and failed great ones from Bloodborne. Thank you for hanging out with me, and I hope to see you next time here in the library.